In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Lakewood Meadows, everything appeared perfect. The lawns were trimmed, the fences matched, and the mailboxes all stood at the exact same height, thanks to the strict HOA. For years, Daniel had lived peacefully in his modest two-story home, paying his dues and minding his business. But after a tough year at work and medical bills piling up, he missed 2 HOA payments. He planned to settle them soon, unaware of what the HOA was preparing behind closed doors. When he returned home one afternoon, Daniel froze in shock. His backyard pool, his pride and joy, was being demolished by a construction crew. The blue tiles shattered, the water drained into the dirt. On the fence hung a bold red sign, "Property Violation, HOA Enforcement." The HOA claimed Daniel's unpaid fees gave them the right to reclaim non-essential amenities. He argued, pleaded, even offered to pay the next day, but they refused. They made him an example, proof of what happens when you cross their rules. But as the sun set that evening, watching the ruins of what was once his peaceful escape, Daniel felt something deeper than anger. It was a quiet, burning resolve. The HOA had started a war they didn't understand. Daniel began researching his HOA's bylaws late into the night. He read every clause, every fine print, and every outdated regulation. The deeper he looked, the more corruption he uncovered. The HOA president, Martha Green, had been using HOA funds for landscaping that suspiciously included her personal garden renovation and a brand new patio. He documented everything, carefully collecting digital and printed evidence. When he checked the property deeds, he noticed something shocking. The HOA office building itself was technically built on land that still belonged to the original developer, never officially transferred to the association. That meant they had no legal right to occupy it. Daniel had found their weak spot. Quietly, he contacted the city records office and filed a report, attaching all the documentation he had gathered. Then he waited. Within weeks, inspectors began visiting the HOA office. Panic spread among the board members. Letters from the city followed, demanding immediate proof of ownership or evacuation. Martha tried to intimidate Daniel again, but this time he smiled. Soon after, a legal notice appeared on the HOA office door: "Unauthorized construction, demolition ordered." The same red tag they once used on his pool now hung on their building. Neighbors gathered to watch as the demolition crew arrived. Daniel stood quietly across the street as the walls came down, brick by brick. The HOA board shouted, protested, even called the police, but everything was legal. Their arrogance had finally destroyed them. Months later, Lakewood Meadows was a different place. Without the HOA, the community came together to self-manage. The lawns still looked neat, the homes still stood proud, but now there was peace. Daniel rebuilt his pool, this time bigger and better than before. It wasn't just a pool anymore. It was a reminder that power built on fear never lasts. The neighborhood learned an important lesson. When people stand together against injustice, even the mightiest walls can crumble. And every time Daniel floated on the calm water under the summer sun, he smiled at the memory of the red tag that once marked his defeat and the victory it later became.